Joe!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another vintage versus classified figure comparison. Today, we'll be taking a close look at Croc and see, how they went from vintage to classified over there. Starting off with accessories, we do get kind of similar, we get the whip with the classified version, and then we get a very pretty large chain with them, with some nice sculpting, of course, and detailing. The old vintage one also came with his whip and chain, and everything's gonna start falling, but you can see how small and short the chain was with the old version here, and it's all in black, but still rather cool, and it does go around. The crocodile, which I don't think had a name back then, Classified gave this crocodile a name by the name of Fiona. But yeah, you can see it goes around the croc. And then we have a whip, which is very cool. It's very rubbery, but it's also very flexible. So you can get some smoothness out of it. And, he can grip it from there. And you can see the end there of the whip. Whereas the classified one, it's kind of molded in this loopy kind of style, sort of like he's about to, whip at the crocodile or something. I think it would have been better to get something like this, just because, it's more flexible and stuff, rather than just having this static pose for the whip. I mean, you can maybe untangle it a bit with some heat, and then, give it a different structure. But ideally, a bendy wire would have been very cool to really pose it however we want it. Let's get into the crocodile comparison first. Since they are technically a separate character, an added accessory for the classified, we get this hook, to hook onto the crocodile's jaws and stuff. I've done some cool pictures of Croc Master holding it up, as such, with the hook like that. He also comes with the cool kind of revolver pistol, and it stores nicely into that holster there. So very cool gun. And then he also has a knife on his leg there. So yeah, of course, Classified gave us a bit more accessories, and they gave us the essentials of, the chain and the whip. And then furthermore, they added 2 baby crocodiles, just to display with the crocodile, give it some babies. We get an albino one and a green one. So I thought there were 3, but it's just the 2 baby ones. But anyway, the crocodiles are obviously very different scale, but you can see the much brighter green on this one, and just in general, it looks very chunky. It looks very flat, like it's been in the sun and it like melted. But it's still pretty neat. I guess back then as a little kid, it would have been cool to, get this in hand. You get a crocodile looking pretty cool. But yeah, that's it. And, for it being something so small, you do get, sculpted teeth, eyes, and all that scaling on the back and the bottom. So yeah, the feet gets pretty weird with the mold, but other than that, it's just a very static crocodile. It's not gonna move or do much of anything. Whereas the classified one, ooh, this thing just knocked it out of the park in terms of sculpt. Like, look at these cuts here, these deep cuts into the body, the tail there. just looks like it's been beat up and it's been through some battles, and it just does not care. It keeps fighting. And then the belly here was soft, you know, kind of soft rubbery thing. You know, some more scratches there. And yeah, it had a bendy tail, so that was very nice. The Hasbro did that. Some nice articulation there. I mean, I think this was my first review on the channel. But I didn't have the vintage version back then, so you know I couldn't really compare the two. But yeah, you get a whole bunch of articulation with this crocodile. You know, you have swivel here, you know, and can look up pretty good and down. And of course that jaw mouth goes way open. And you know, even the hands had some hinges in there. So there's a lot of, you know, different crazy poses you could put this crocodile in, and just right there alone, some sort of attack, surprise attack kind of pose. It is an awesome looking thing. You know, I think they advertise it as being a foot long. So yeah, I think it does come down to like a foot long. It's just an amazing figure to have, and that they managed to do this great sculpt and a bunch of articulation for it is a huge plus. And I just dropped the file card in the back there, but yeah, those are the crocodiles. We'll put them, you know, lengthwise in the back as such. And in terms of the figure or the character, I think it translates well from, you know, vintage to the classified. The vintage one here had more prominent, you know, scale, I guess, armor kind of shirt pieces and boots. You know, the scales really pop. And then this one also is scaly, and then this is just sort of a metal band. You know, you have his metal belt, some red, yellow, the big eye in the belt, which a lot of people don't like, or some people don't like. I think it's iconic, and it just adds more to that whole crocodile reptilian professionalism of Croc Master. You get the cool red cobra logo there, and then the big red eyes, and then his mask and respirator, which is the only thing I'm missing for this guy, is his respirator hose, and that's about it. Mine does have, you know, broken elbow joints, but you know, it still functions. And as you notice, we do have a knife on his boot here and a pistol on the holster here. And I believe, yeah, that is a sort of revolver kind of pistol. So it's very cool that they gave us an actual kind of revolver weapon on the classified, which also is on the same side as the vintage one, and the knife is also on the same side as the vintage one. You know, brown strap, we got the brown straps, black straps, but we got brown straps. I think the brown straps are better. But yeah, the scale on this guy isn't as, you know, big and prominent, but they kind of made them smaller, but you get a still relatively cool looking, you know, kind of scaly pattern throughout his torso and the boots as well. And we keep that Cobra logo there, very nice. We also have the scaly gauntlet there, it's the vintage one, and then also the metal bracelet there, just like the vintage one. They kept the red on the belt, so that's cool to see. And the back, yeah, I mean, this is a bit more updated, kind of a piece belt. You can see how it straps on there. But the back is very cool for the classified, because they give us this sort of the back of the crocodile kind of style. So where the front, you get the you know, belly of the crocodile. On the back, you get the back of the crocodile. So just to show, you know, back, belly. So, you know, back and belly. So yeah, I think that is some nice attention to detail. And lastly, his respirator, I think I like what they did here. You know, they give us a hose again, but it actually plugs into like some sort of oxygen tank on his back, which is very cool. And again, we get those nice menacing red eyes there. And so there we have it. There is a comparison between the classified and vintage, or vintage and classified, whichever way you want to say it. Pretty good translation from vintage to classified, if I say so myself. The classified one is definitely a very cool figure to have, and it's cool to see this character and to see it in 6-inch scale with all this detail and accessories. I still recommend people getting that figure. It's so amazing, and it's a figure that I still sometimes see every now and then on shelves, and I'm so tempted to buy another one just because it's so cool, but I already have the one, so I don't need another one. Maybe get another one for another crocodile, but I think one will do for now. That being said, I'll leave you guys with the file card in case you guys want to read up on that. Read up on the character and what he's about. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in a future video.